What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video here. So I'm sure many of you guys have heard by now, basically the Trump war leak story has completely exploded. It's become the major news of the last 48 hours. I mean, you have Tulsi Gabbard getting grilled by Congress along with the CIA director. Totally wild stuff, basically denying there is no classified info in there, which according to the reports, that is not true at all. And obviously this is a huge story being condemned by the left, obviously, and even many people on the right have condemned, obviously, it's not good that you accidentally edit a reporter to a group chat where you're talking about war plans. Seems pretty, self-explanatory. But, obviously, some of the right-wing talking heads, they have to do defense for Trump and his administration. And in this case, PBD and crew, it was one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen. Just shamelessly defending every single thing. Oh, not a big deal. Who cares? Could you imagine this was the Biden administration and what they would be saying, what they would be doing? It would be a 5-alarm fire. They'd be calling for their arrest. And it would be 24/7 news coverage. But not when it's Trump. Not when it's Trump. So I'm going to show you a number of clips here where they basically kind of embarrass themselves defending what they can do. Oh, it's no big deal. One of them says, oh, it's 5D chess. It was on purpose. You literally can't get over this stuff. And PBD's like, yeah, it's no big deal. He attacks the credibility of the source without even, it's just pathetic. Well, let's get into the first clip. Here's Tom from PBD. Basically saying, oh, it's no big deal. Here's a clip. We'll talk about it after. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. By the way, it's super good for the algorithm, and it helps out the channel immensely, and it's free. My Patreon link is also in the description if you want to support the channel that way, and Amazon links and products I use. So there you go. Here's a clip. We'll talk about it after.
Secret? Should we protect the United States? Should we protect what's going on? That's not what the journalist does. The journalist does, hey, let's attack the administration. And there is a newsworthy item. If somebody kind of blew it and included a journalist on here, that's not good. But let's face it, it was a signal communication. It wasn't like 22 megabytes of documents. And I guess the Houthis didn't get it in time to duck, so because the attack happened, and by most accounts that we're hearing, it was fairly effective on its targets. But it is, that's a careless thing. And I don't think there's a person out there that's not sent a business email where you go to type a name in Outlook and it finishes the name for you. And
no one's ever done that here.
No, never. And it's like the wrong Mike. Mike Jones, Mike Jeffries instead of Mike Jones.
Like Mike Jones. Mike Jones with the Porsche, right? Yeah. Isn't the Mike Jones?
Again, you see the spin. If anyone made a mistake. What do you mean if someone made a mistake? It was clearly a mistake, and a major one at that. What are you talking about? Oh, it's a careless thing. It's happened in the business community. We've done that all the time. Ha ha ha. They're all laughing about it. What are you talking about? Oh, the Houthis didn't get the message, obviously. Ha ha. Okay, first of all, if Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic has the information, you don't think the Kremlin and Beijing and Iran have access to that information possibly? This is a massive security breach. And again, I go back to, if it was the Biden administration, what would these same people be saying? Because again, it's not about the facts. It's about defending your side, defending your team at all costs. This is not defensible, okay? And this is why they don't even discuss the possibility that this was a major mistake. They're laughing it off. It's no big deal. It's careless. No one was harmed from it. Well, they could have been harmed. Jeffrey Goldberg could have released it. It's complete incompetence. And the fact that they defend it is such a joke. But again, guess what, guys? There's another angle to this, and we're about to show you. There's another angle. Maybe Trump is playing 5D chess. Maybe this was released on purpose. Yeah. You like that one? Here's a clip. We'll talk about it after.
It was on, because think about it, devil's advocate. Maybe it was on purpose. It doesn't make sense. Why is Mike Walls?
Doesn't sound like they work for a dictator.
And that's what me and Jake were talking about. Maybe that was the whole ploy, is to have something like this leak. By the way, why is Mike Walls messaging anybody from The Atlantic? Why is he even in the Goldberg guy? Why is he even in your chat? Why would you add him in there? There's no other Goldberg whatever that's in the White House that would be involved in this situation anyway. So maybe it was a way to show, hey, listen, look what we're doing behind closed doors. Yeah, we messed up. And it could be, maybe they want to get rid of, what's this guy's name, Tom? The Mike Walls?
Yeah.
It looks to me like if you wanted to fire somebody, guess what's a good way to get his ass fired? Have something like this happen and then leak it.
It was the wrong guy to be aiming at. I think this guy's really capable. He was an early, confirmation, and he's really strong in position. Gorka's on his team. So yeah, that's what I think there. The other thing is, it's not unusual. How many media people do you have your phone? I have my phone.
Yeah, true. But I mean, in a signal.
Okay, so that's an interesting one. So it was actually leaked on purpose by the Trump administration. They set up Jeffrey Goldberg to try and get Mike Waltz fired. Again, there's just no factual basis behind it. It's completely insane. And honestly, it's like, how do you like come up with this stuff? I mean, the amount of like tricks and just circular reasoning you have to do to come up with something like this without maybe saying to yourself, wow, the Trump administration might be incompetent. Because he's like, oh, how could this happen? Because they're incompetent. That's the point. They put American lives at risk. It's a national security risk. And they just think it's all a game. It's all a game. Defend Trump at all costs. That's the entire point of this. Okay, not to mention you have Pete Hegseth. I mean, again, just to show the incompetence, you have Pete Hegseth being asked about it. Oh, no war plans were leaked. Nothing was discussed. The White House confirmed the veracity of the reporting. Guys, it's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic. And this is like a thing. And then you have them doing, have to do tricks to make sure to defend Trump at all costs. The idea that this was some 5D chess thing, if you honestly believe that, you got to go to some sort of mental institution. It can never be, wow, the administration dropped the ball on this one. It's, it was a 5D chess move by the genius Trump. First of all, the 5D chess move doesn't seem to be working. You have your administration in peril because you have the entire media apparatus destroying you, rightfully so, for this absolute catastrophe of a national security failure. And you're emailing on, what Signal? That's the name of the chat? It's embarrassing. But get ready for the best one, guys. Patrick Bet-David. Look what he has to say about this. The main event. Patrick Bet-David, the guy who's ripped the Biden administration time and time again. Let's see, in a situation like this, how does he respond? Here's a clip of Patrick Bet-David addressing the situation, if you can even call it that. Here's the clip.
It would be like, guys, you can only make this mistake one time. You can't do it second time. You do it second time, you're out. We can't do nothing about this here. You cannot be leaking information at this level to others, and make sure when you're sending a group, my job is to check who else is in this group. Your job is to check who you're adding in the group. Yeah. And make sure the names are the right names. So we're literally
That's why I always, you know how many group texts we're in?
You put me one in this week. We're trying to see who's in it. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
WhatsApp, yeah.
But you always have to give a title for the group.
Yeah.
You ever send the wrong text and
this
you
guy
immediately
sends me the wrong pictures. I'm like, listen, stop texting me all these weird pictures
serious?
with girls. Yeah, it's like,
dude.
But anyway, let's get on to the next story. Again, always saying, it can't happen again. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. No big deal. Again, notice how quickly and flippantly he just ends it. Again, and just to be clear, right before this, he was attacking the Atlantic. Again, this is what they do. They attack the credibility of the source without even like addressing the point of the article and the facts of the article. They attacked Jeffrey Goldberg for a number of his previous stories. That's what he was doing before this. He was earlier in the podcast, he was ripping the Atlantic. Oh, it's owned by Lauren Powell Jobs. She has an agenda. And then when he's actually talked about the specifics of the article, he doesn't even address it. Oh, just make sure it doesn't happen again. No one should be fired here. Are you kidding me? Again, I ask again, what would their reaction be if it was the other side? We all know it, okay? We all know it. It's embarrassing. Have a spine. And the fact that you can't even criticize the Trump administration in a spot like this, they're not going to criticize them at all for anything they do, okay? It's just a fact. Just admit it. Just admit you're a propaganda network for the Trump administration. It would be a lot easier. Don't claim you're some independent thing. I mean, yeah, they say they're right wing, but they still say, we only care about the facts. BS. The fact that they defend this is such a joke, and the fact they minimize it, it's embarrassing and it's sick. It's sickening. What a joke, guys. That's what I got for you guys today. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. And if you want to comment, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm curious. Again, I want a very wide audience here, so if you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.